You're the life of the party. You're the one making the jokes, holding the gaze, bridging the awkward silences that make everyone else squirm. To the world, you are a sun, radiant, warm, and seemingly inexhaustible. People gravitate toward you because you make existence look easy. But inside, behind the ribcage, you're counting the seconds until you can turn the key in your front door. You're wondering why your throat feels tight and why the very people you love, the ones you were just laughing with, suddenly feel like heavy, static noise. Think about that moment at a dinner table. Everyone is talking, the light is warm, but suddenly, the sound of a fork hitting a plate feels like a lightning bolt. A simple question like, "How have you been?" feels like an invitation to climb a mountain you didn't prepare for. Is it possible to love people, yet find the sheer act of being perceived by them utterly soul-crushing? Today, we're looking at the hidden architecture of the outgoing introvert. We're going to talk about why your light burns so bright and why it leaves you in such total darkness afterward. If you feel this way, I want you to hear this clearly. You aren't a hypocrite. You aren't fake for being charming when you're tired. You aren't a liar for smiling when you'd rather be staring at a blank wall. And you certainly aren't broken. We live in a culture that treats socializing like a binary switch. You're either an extrovert or an introvert. But for people like us, it's more like a high-stakes performance. It's a beautiful, high-budget production that costs a staggering amount of internal currency. You aren't hating people, you're just running out of the cognitive fuel required to process them. Imagine your social energy as a vintage sports car. Most introverts are like economy cars. They move slowly, stay in the garage, and conserve fuel. But you have a high-performance engine. You can hit 0 to 60 in seconds. You provide the empathy, the humor, and the active listening that keeps the whole room moving. But high performance comes with high heat. You overheat faster than anyone else. Your social battery doesn't just drain like a phone, it melts like wax near a flame. Why is it so draining? Because you aren't just at the party, you are absorbing the party. Imagine you are walking through a room filled with invisible threads. Every micro-expression, every unspoken tension, every shift in the music, it all sticks to you like static electricity. You're an empathy sponge. While others are just hearing words, you are translating the subtext, the tone, and the energy of everyone around you. By the time you say your goodbyes, you isn't just sleepy. You are carrying the psychic weight of a dozen different souls. You are full to the brim, and there is no room left for yourself. The tragedy of the outgoing introvert is that you've become too good at the mask. You've mastered the competence mask so well that people don't know how to let you be off. Have you ever tried to be quiet in a group only to have someone ask, "Are you okay? Is something wrong?" That question is the prison. Because they've grown so used to your light, they perceive your natural, quiet state as a malfunction. You feel forced to perform just to keep them comfortable. You've built a cage out of your own charisma. But we have to talk about the shadow side. When that battery hits absolute zero, we often flip a switch into ghost mode. It's that Sunday afternoon where you see a text from a best friend, and instead of replying, you stare at the screen with a sense of genuine dread. You love them, but responding feels like trying to lift a car with your bare hands. We cancel plans, we retreat, we disappear. But there's a danger here. If we stay in the dark too long, we don't just find peace, we find a different kind of exhaustion. The cold silence of being forgotten. There's a razor-thin line between recharging and isolating. Isolation is a fortress that eventually turns into a prison. Recharging is a bridge that leads you back to the world. The challenge is learning the courage to say, "I need to go home now, so that I can keep loving you later." When was the last time you let someone see you when your battery was at 5%? Without the jokes, without the mask, just the quiet, tired version of you. Think about that. Because the people who truly love you don't need your performance, they just need your presence, even if that presence is silent. Tell me your social battery stories in the comments. I read them when I'm in my own quiet space, recharging too. In our next conversation, we're going to dive into the people pleaser's shadow. Until then, breathe. You've done enough today. You don't have to be on for me.